I have no idea what's wrong with Sally. She doesn't like me anymore. Okay. So as I said, I was filming and I needed a break, so I was thinking about this Mozart that I tried to play, and I mean it was like the general idea of it kind of translated through the piano, but I thought I should probably actually see what this was. And sure enough, I was like, okay, I kind of feel like I'm missing something. Yeah, I was missing like 4 pages. So I'm not saying this is going to be good or even better than yesterday's attempt, but at least it'll kind of be somewhat coherent, or true to the original manuscript. So, what is this? I don't even know. I think it's just it's Allegretto from K330, I believe, in C major. You know what? Let's do one better. Let's back up, and we're gonna do Andante Cantabile. Cantabile. Okay. Hopefully you can hear me. But yeah, so when I was standing over there by that camera, it's supposed to follow me when I tell it to, but I guess it had other plans. So you probably heard me playing I just want to make sure there's no interference. I finally learned that a big chunk of the interference that I had was because there's like this little transformer box for this thing. And if it gets too close to it's shielded, but if it gets too close to the shielded microphone cables, I get this annoying feedback. So I want to make sure that that's not coming through on your end. But anyway, so I played a Mozart sonata. And that's just the first movement. So typically sonatas have 3 movements. There are some with more or fewer, but that was the only one I ever learned. So, but I was familiar enough to kind of fumble through it. But now that I have the music, we're going to see what happens. So this is the second movement from that sonata. So, before I play that, but one of I'm sure one day this is actually going to be, I predict that it's going to be beneficial, but I have recorded the same things so many times because I tend to be a bit of a perfectionist with things like that I'm doing. And so I have like a full hour and a half of me telling this one story. I filmed it in Ho Chi Minh City. I also filmed it last fall. And now I'm in the process of telling that story again. It's relevant to some of the things that you've seen recently. But it's kind of funny because it shows you know what, it's called The Pie Incident. And it's really, it shows the absurdity of, I guess, what our world has become and what's considered allowable now. And I'm doing this ahead of something else that I'm doing, and then I'm going to let her rip and get out of the country. So, but anyway, I've told this story so many times, and what'll be funny is I've never really gone back and reviewed it because I probably would have just edited it and released it then. But I think what I'll end up having to do is watch all of these, and then maybe I'll cut snippets from different ones. So there's me with a hoodie, there's me with a shorts and t-shirt, there's me wearing this, telling the same story, but it's good practice for me. Okay. And what prompted me to do that again today was my computer showed me a photo. I'm like, hey, wait a second, that's from the pie incident. So I was like, you know what? Now that it's top of mind, and I've got some, I won't disclose the full nature of it, but I kind of got a shot in the arm yesterday, a much needed shot in the arm. So I think that's going to make a big difference very soon. Okay. Anyway, without further ado, Mozart. I don't need this mic on. With Mozart, the devil is in the details. It doesn't always sound like it's the most complex thing, but I'm doing a terrible job of the voicing. Thank goodness you get to repeat it. Oh, I have a letter. I just started going through my mail. I was looking for like 3 specific things. Not in there. But what I do have in there is a big old bundle of information from the office of the comptroller. That sounds scary. Oh, I'll say it again. If you are so inclined and you are not somebody who is easily bothered by a bit of controversy, please find me on X. If you're watching me on X, you probably follow me anyway. But I'm trying to get, I didn't realize I needed this, but I'm trying to get to 500 blue check mark followers. I'm so bad at social media. As quickly as possible without resorting to any, I don't want to have to like manipulate or exploit that sort of thing. I prefer all of it to be organic. So if you want if you want some spice in your life, please follow me on X. It's at @ whatever, Nick Reed, one word. Oh, you can also do LinkedIn. That's gonna get fun until I get kicked off. Oh, what a bad place to mess up. I almost had it. Isn't that pretty? And then dissonant. I think my ear is actually getting used to the out of tune piano after having been home for a couple days. Please excuse the noise. Now we have a recapitulation, but in major. I think that's what it's called. You know, where it does like it kind of rehashes the original theme of the piece. I don't know. Recapitulation. I think that, well, that makes sense to me. But Dr. Aaron, if you're watching this, you say you watch my streams. If you're watching this, let me know what that's called. Okay, so now the one that I was doing yesterday, the Allegretto. So I was kind of, I knew the basic mechanics of this, but one thing with Mozart is that, how I said the devil is in the details. It can be deceivingly monotonous, but then one little thing changes like the whole rest of the piece. And so I missed a little segment there, which meant that I missed this whole middle part, which meant that I then missed the key change, and well, whatever. But we're gonna see if we can make it at least a reasonable attempt of this. I'm sorry for the background noise. My mom just got home and she's rustling plastic bags. Oops. Just 1 second. Is there any chance you could just... Mom? Is there any chance that you could just not do the bags right now? No, just stop rustling the bags. Thank you. Sorry about that. It's kind of a good thing that I got this on camera. It pertains to something else that I'm doing. Okay, we're going to try that again. This is killing me. The fingering. Ugh, I give up. This is this part that I'm playing now. This is the whole section I missed. And it's probably the best part. Nope, I played that wrong. I just realized that I was playing the first part of those notes wrong. I might actually have to learn this one. Now comes the best part. Ugh. I can do that better. Maybe not. Ta-da! You're like, that was awful, Nick Reed. Oh, this one. K545, also in C major. This is a very, very well-known sonata. I don't think I'll play the whole thing. I never learned this one either, but it's like one of those that I think everybody who's somewhat proficient at piano has probably at least, played around with. Ugh. Then it goes into minor. Close enough. Why is that? Guess what? getting a new mailbox. My old mailbox, which wasn't that old. Oh, it's as old as this house. But really nice too. It's like a real sort of like mid-century modern metal. I installed it and I poured concrete and did all sorts of leveling, everything. It got run over, but their insurance is paying for it. So that's good. So now I hope that company is still, it like is the perfect mailbox for my house. It matches the style perfectly. So hopefully that company is still around. I think they're based in Canada. Ta-da. What should I play? So I did dedication yesterday. I did it in Suspiro the day before. I don't know the ballad. I can only get about, well, I used to be able to get through half of it. Now I think I lost some of it. So I can do like a third of that if you guys want to hear it. Chopin Ballade in G minor. Number 49, 1? Opus 49, 1, I think. I don't know. Watch how bad this goes. Okay. 2 and 3. That's what I'm doing this whole time in my head. Except the time signature changes for like 2 measures at a time and then goes back. This is one of the coolest things. You release everything, hear how it's still ringing out the B flat. This is another one where the voicing of individual fingers is super important. Feel it's not a waltz, but it's in 6/4 time. So So it kind of feels like a waltz sometimes. I don't have the music. Oh boy, now I'm in trouble. I got distracted. That was a bad idea. One more time, I'm going to try that. Hey, I actually got that. I just love that. How normally the right hand would finish that, but instead it just ends it. And the bass takes over. And it creates that dissonance. really tough. So you're doing double note arpeggio, and you have to. You can't see what I'm doing, but your pinky and your ring finger playing two notes, and then it does the rest of the arpeggio like normal, but you have to then do a double note and land on those two fingers at the exact right spot, like that. This part here is just, it's not the hardest, but it just drives me crazy. See what I mean? And then it goes into a Viennese waltz. Ugh. Okay. Told you it wasn't going to be nice. When I came back to America, oh, look, it was hiding inside of another book. I actually do have the music right here. I'm not going to spend any more time on that right now. When I came back to America, though, I was gone a long time, so you kind of forget about some of the little things. And I forgot that I had just located this music. Any Pixar fans out there will know this. And I'm so tired of like, so first of all, when you make content, I never knew that this was a thing, but I found out very quickly that you can't use other people's music for certain purposes, which makes sense. But it's insane. Like, I've posted videos of just me talking, no music. I've posted videos of me playing my own compositions on the piano, and they get copyright claims, not strikes, because it's always dismissed. But I think that there are like people out there or entities out there, probably with like lots of bots, and they just farm, for this sort of thing. But yeah, they just go and they're like, oh no, that's actually my music. Now you have to pay me royalties for it. I'm like, what? And it's resolved at the end of the day. But the fact remains is that it seems like they can do that with relative impunity, but it requires me filling out a dumb little thing and saying, nope, that's actually me playing the piano. It's not whatever you're claiming it is. Anyway, but I thought that this would be kind of fun to use at some point. I just happened to think of it. I've never played that. I actually got this music when Bree was still alive. You know what I just thought of now? There's no reason, like, I don't have to limit myself to just arriving on one final exact copy of anything I do, right? That's a self-imposed and needless limitation. So I was thinking just now, maybe what I should do is schedule a live stream to tell this pie incident story. I record everything to my white Shield hard drive, um, which is recording this right now. And if I were to do that, I could achieve, I could kill a whole bunch of birds with one stone because it would allow me to have a live stream. Then I can edit snippets of it, use those as shorts, and yeah, just get more comfortable in the process. The one thing I'm debating though is whether I should do the thing that I hate the most, which is just stare at a camera and talk because it feels very unnatural to me, or if I should perhaps solicit the help of somebody who wants to hear a story, like a crazy story involving like, oh wait, you're not okay. This is the other thing. I don't know what I'm allowed to say and not say. Like there are trigger words, I guess. If you create things. Boy, I look forward to a world I look forward to a day when we live in a world where we're not forced to use such asinine phrases like unalive and these euphemisms that really do nothing for anybody. I mean, it doesn't change the action, but it does severely limit one's ability to use appropriate vocabulary for describing certain things. So, well, one day we'll see if we can ever live in a world where we don't need to protect people from themselves and all that nonsense. We'll see. Okay, but I better get back to work. I think I've got a good run this time, but I think I might actually just do that. I'll schedule these live streams. I don't want my Meta accounts to get closed, which is why I'm really like, hey, if you can find me on X, especially if you have a blue check mark, that would be very appreciated. Because once I get to 500 blue check marks, it gives me the ability to not only draw revenue from it, but to promote it. And I won't be spending any like regular money if that's not a thing. I won't be spending any like, capital that I have, what little I have. But what I did when I set up all of this Meta stuff and YouTube, I just linked everything to a PayPal account that I've never used once for anything, and it's like set it and forget it. Ron Propil, and that's what I do. So I ignore all of my emails and almost all of my texts anyway. So I get a thing every month. They're like, "Hey, you guy, this is how much you earned." I'm like, not interested. Just put it in the PayPal account. But whatever's in there, it's enough to report on taxes, which the bar is pretty low. That's only $10. But whatever is in there, I'm just going to use to create ads for my stories on X. So I need 500 blue check marks before they'll allow me to promote my own stuff through paid adverts. I was going to say paid ads, and then I was going to say paid advertisements, and then I just dropped the ball and I fell somewhere in between. Okay. With that, I think I'm going to get back to work. Oh yeah, I'm very curious. So I got a text message from my favorite Honda dealership in the whole world, Maury's. They're in West Bend. I started going there when I managed an office in West Bend, and their service was so great that I just kept going back, even though it's like an hour away from here. But they sent me a thing. They're like, "Hey, don't forget to come in tomorrow for your maintenance." I'm like, I didn't schedule any maintenance. So I should probably find out what's going on with that. But speaking of cars, I'm trying to find my renewal notice for my registration. And it's nowhere to be found. Okay. But anyway, so I'm going to get back to filming. And I think that's a good idea, though. It gives me a good idea to it gives me a good chance to also to do some testing with thumbnails and all that stuff that I hate doing, to find out what draws a bigger audience. And then there's going to be some surprises too, but I'm not going to talk about those now. Anyway, thank you if you watched. It's been real. Only like 5 days until I get my piano tuned. 4 days. So hopefully it'll be a lot better after that. But okay. Bye.